Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. Hey, so today we're talking Love Island USA Season 7, and I'm just going to get right to it. Huda hasn't changed, y'all. Huda has not changed 1 second, one blip, one iota, one thing at all, y'all. So, as y'all know, the Islanders got in from Fiji yesterday. They flew into LAX. Nicolas is going to be our content person, is going to be our content creator that is going to be getting all the the foolishness, that too, getting all the footage. Apparently, out of all of the finalists, Iris and Pepe went to their families because their families live in other parts of California, about an hour or so away. They're supposed to be doing some big content today or whatever else. Nick said he's doing a solo interview and an interview with Alandria. I might upload the live on my backup channel. I don't know. I'm a little annoyed right now. I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm a little annoyed with Huda right now because you're creeping on 5 million views, right? Or 5 million followers, right? I tune into the Nicolandria live, right? Because I'm trying to see what everybody else is seeing. I'm trying to see, okay, let me see if it's different than what is on the show, if producers edited stuff out, and who is hanging on like a third wheel. None other than Huda, you guys. Can you make it make sense? She is all over Alandria, all over cuddling, all over her, and is like, yeah, they didn't show how close we were in the villa. We've adopted her as our child. And I was like, no. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. This is the issue, you guys. Apparently, the finalists have not seen the show back. They've only watched the season finale, right? Which crowned who the winners were, right? But here's my problem with Huda. Huda, for whatever reason, and she's admitted, just like Leah from season 6 has admitted that she didn't have many friends, right? But I feel like this is an extreme case. Like I feel like the Leah-related issues more so stay in confinement of the show. I feel like Huda just has zero boundaries. And her fan base takes it to a whole nother level of derogatory behavior, right? I had an issue with Nicolas saying that Huda was being ostracized and being bullied because that basically is trying to imply that you're giving validation to the people on the internet that were calling Alandria, who was your girl, and Shelly, mean girls. And y'all wonder why Shelly is taking a social media break from y'all, right? And it's like, I don't know that Nicolas understands the extent of the hate that has taken place, or the fact that it is Huda's fans is the reason why your girl Alandria's TikTok has been hacked and she can't get into the TikTok. But it is clear as day to me, you guys. I thought y'all told me Huda was the star of the show. Production refused to get rid of her. She is the most followed Islander, even though she came in already with a whole bunch of followers because she was already an influencer. But here is what I've noticed in the pattern of Huda. And this starts back to the show, which is why y'all need to be watching the show back. Whether it is Love Island or Big Brother, y'all come out, everybody's one big happy family and everything else. And I'm like, y'all need to watch the show back to see what these people said about y'all behind y'all backs. Especially Huda. Especially how Huda specifically victimized her tears against the black women. And, and then try to put on the same performance with Chris when things were not going her way and created false narratives about a situation And y'all had to immediately acquiesce to her needs, except for Shelly. Shelly stood on business and was like, listen, if I address this now, I'm going to say things that I'm going to regret, right? But none of the less, like, when is this going to stop? In the villa, Huda, got mad at Jeremiah because she told Jeremiah he was not doing enough for her compared to what Ace was doing for Shelly. And they weren't even in a couple at that point in time. But Ace was planning different dates, was doing different things, and was making everybody else look bad. Like, let's just call it for what it was. Ace was making everybody else look bad in that villa because either the other men didn't care about their other girls like that, or they weren't going to go all out like that for their girls because maybe they were not with the girl they actually wanted to be with, right? And Ace was trying to make any fetch happen because y'all ain't got no money in there. So he's trying to plan anything and be creative to show Shelly he is all about her, whether she was in a couple with him or in a couple with Austin or whatever else. So Huda complained to Jeremiah, why aren't you doing more things like how Ace does for Shelly? And that is when I peeped right then and there what Huda was about. And this was the same Huda that was bragging on Jeremiah, saying that she had the best man in the villa and that the other girls were with some losers. And Alandria tried to shut that down. And Huda then weaponized her tears after the fact and tried to make it seem like Alandria was being aggressive with her. No. Then we move on to Chris, where we're at Casa Amor. Chris and Shelly appear to be having a great connection and everything else until one of those challenges happen, and Huda takes it upon herself, oh, I see how well Chris is treating Shelly. Let me make my move on this challenge. So let me let Chris know what's up because things have already, things are fizzling with me and JD, so I need somebody else, right? But I need somebody else's man. And again, not following to the same girl code standards that Huda had laid out, that nobody was allowed to talk to or interact with Jeremiah when it was her and Jeremiah. So nonetheless, she does some type of move, some type of kiss move, some type of whatever type of move you want to call it, that everybody was kind of looking like, oh, okay, what's tea? Like if you wanted Chris, just say that. Just like you didn't tell Hannah you wanted to talk to Pepe. But just say that. And then y'all just randomly send Hannah home. So she is out the way. No. Then you present the Chris coming back to the villa from Casa Amor angle as though I'm doing this for you, Shelly. I'm doing this because I know you and Chris have a connection, da-da-da-da-da, and you can sort it out at the villa between Chris and Ace. No. It was always a plot. It was always a scheme to try to have Chris for yourself. You should have just kept that a buck. Hey, I'm interested. I'm bringing him back to the villa for me. But that would never come out of her mouth, right? So we, of course, fast forward. We're post Casa Amor. Chris is, again, barely has talked to Shelly. I think they had one conversation post Casa Amor, and he is up here making her the best of breakfasts in the history of breakfast, right? 2 pancakes, a flour, everything else, and gives Huda 1 pancake. Gives her no flowers, right? But that right then and there, Huda, should have been your sign that you should have moved on to Zach Hay or to Brian or to somebody else because Chris clearly liked Shelly more. But instead, you threw a fit about it to the other Islanders. You complained to Chris about it. Is Shelly your favorite? Is Shelly this? Da-da-da-da-da-da? And Chris is like, whoa, right? Chris is still trying to navigate the Shelly thing and is up here talking to Ace like man to man. Unless Shelly says something, I'm still going to pursue her, right? Except for that fell on the wayside. So then we get to the heart rate challenge because now Huda is already feeling a certain type of way that Chris likes Shelly more than her. And so then we get to, she's trying to, and then what she does is she has to amp up the intimacy, the actual attraction to try to lock these men down. And that's why she made out with him in the speakeasy. We get to the heart rate challenge. And again, it is Huda, for whatever reason, quote unquote, doing her big one, pulling Ace out of everybody to do something a little bit extra in her performance. And it was unnecessary. Whatever Chris had pulled Shelly to do, it was wham and bam and thank you, ma'am. Very quick, very much to the point that Shelly is now watching Huda literally spin it around, have the cat in Ace's face, and doing all of this foolishness. And production, you edited out. You edited out to protect Huda, to make it look like Shelly is just overreacting. Shelly is just upset out of nowhere. No. She is valid in her feelings. Because you are doing too much. You are preaching about being a girl's girl. You are preaching about girl code and everything else. And if you are interested in Ace like that, just say that. But these challenges is nothing more. You shouldn't be doing more really than just kissing other people, or whatever else. But you took it to a whole nother level and got your behind in my man's face. Like what are we doing? And so Huda realizes once again that she has effed up and wants to talk to Shelly. But Shelly tells her, I'm so pissed off right now, I don't want to speak to you right now. If I say what I want to say to you right now, it's gonna be some cussing, it's gonna be some furniture moving, and I don't want that smoke. So let me talk to you in a calm tone. But then once again, Huda victimizes herself. She turns on the tears and tells everybody else, Shelly doesn't want to talk to me. Shelly doesn't want to talk to me. I tried talking to her. No. That's not quite the truth. That is not quite the truth. Eventually they talk. Eventually they work it out. But Shelly's going to meet Huda where she is. According to Adrina, there was the mailbox challenge, the stand on business challenge, apparently took 6 hours. And Huda was getting dragged up and down because there was a lot of things that she allegedly told lies about and was not being honest about and everything else. And they were calling her out about it. But production protected all of that to just make it seem like, it was just like a pile on from certain people to garner additional hate against Alandria and against Shelly. No. Right? So I say all this to say, right? Huda finally gets Chris, but Chris is not treating her right, which ultimately led to them breaking up finale night because she was not, basically Shelly did not have to do anything and these men were crashing out over her and had 5 or 6 of these men in the villa literally crashing out over Shelly, trying to do everything to show Shelly, pick me, choose me, love me. And Shelly, until she knew for sure that she was going to be all in on Ace, she gave nothing back to these people. And that is the root of the issue. Well, fast forward to now. The Islanders are out of Fiji. And like I said, Nicolas is our content creator, right? He's going to be the one that is going to give us all the tea, show us all the Islanders and everything else. But where I had a problem, because I think he had almost 1 million people tune into his Instagram live, or not his Instagram, his TikTok live, right? Is number one, for whatever reason, some haters were infiltrating the chat that just kept asking about Huda and Sierra. No. If you want to ask about Huda, go to Huda's page and ask her to go live. Go to Huda's account and ask her to go live. I never understand y'all fans. Y'all supposed to be fans of somebody, but y'all going into their comments and going into their lives and asking about somebody else. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, but what annoyed me was that there was a lot of Nicolandria moments initially until Huda came in. And then she's cuddling all up on Alandria. She's all up in the comments. She's all up in the video and doing X and doing Y and doing Z. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I thought you had a kid. I thought you had a kid that you missed your graduation for. You missed all this stuff for. I thought if you are a parent and you've been away from your child, you would get on the first thing smoking to see your kid. But that's not the energy. That's not the focus. You see Nicolandria is the most popular thing. They've got 2 billion views and videos and content, and you want to latch on. But this is not Three's Company. This is not a threesome. This is not three, we're tuning in for Nicolandria. We are tuning in for Nicolandria. Huda, you are approaching 5 million followers. Why can't you create your own content? Why does your content need to be attached to somebody else's relationship, just like you did finale night, where you tried to go in on a kiss and you weirded out Pepe and Iris? And then when Nick was trying to kiss his girl, Alandria, in the pool, you're up there rubbing on Nick's back. Where are your boundaries, Huda? Is what I want to know. Why do you do the most with these dudes? And especially when you see these dudes getting treated better by these other women, now all of a sudden you want to insert yourself, and now all of a sudden Nick is talking about, Nicolas is talking about, oh, bygones are bygones. No. I don't think Nicolas has the full extent of what has happened, or he purposefully has been on assignment to, completely debunk any type of foolishness and selfishness that Huda has done. But it's uncomfortable as a fan to watch, basically ignoring problematic behavior just because somebody has a lot of followers or whatever else, and you're ignoring the elephant in the room, which is her fans are the reason why your girl Alandria does not even have access to her TikTok. That's how far the hate went. Her own fans superimposed your girl Alandria's photo onto the George Floyd knee photo. Like the hate and the racism went deep here with Alandria and Shelly, and the validation of Huda is a direct contradiction to that. If you're gonna ride it down for Alandria, you need all the tea and all the receipts, Nick. You can't just pick and choose, Nicolas, on what tea, what receipts you're gonna be upset about, like little Yachty calling you and Alandria forced and fake. Like there's bigger fish to fry, and it's within your own cast. It is within your own cast. Make it make sense. So there is that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.